Hi students, this is AJ sir. Let's study 10th standard ICSE Math chapter 10C AP Summation. Math exercise 10C. In an AP, if you want to find the sum of all the terms, we have two formulae. Learn them. Here n are the number of terms, a is the first term, d is the difference, L is the last term. Second sum. How many terms of the AP this, it's a decreasing AP, must be taken so that the sum is 78. So the sum is given out here. So in this AP, first of all, the first term is 24. The difference is minus 3. Don't forget the negative sign. And the summation is 78 given in the question. Now we know the formula of summation. It's this. In this formula, we don't know the value of n. That's what we have to find out. But we do know the value of a and d. A substitute as 24, d substitute as minus 3. This way, we have only one unknown variable now, n. So it's an algebra sum now. 2 will go up here. Open the brackets. Be careful about the signs. Distributive multiplication. Again open the brackets. You'll get a quadratic equations. It's 3n squared. I shifted it on the RHS. Splitting the middle term. But before that, we have to simplify it. It can be divided by 3. So let's do that, so that we don't have to deal with big numbers. Minus 17 will be split into minus 13 and minus 4. Because their addition gives me minus 17 and their multiplication gives me plus 52. Solve this on your own. Don't just copy. You need practice of quadratic. Like terms together. Remove n common here, remove 4 common, minus 4 common here. Common brackets together. So n is either 13 or 4. Surprising, isn't it? What it means is, if I take 4 terms, 24, 21, 18 and 15, and if I add them, I'll get 78. Similarly, if I go on till 13 terms, still I will get the sum as 78. Do you know why? Think about it. How is it possible? Because if I go on, I will reach negative numbers, and then when I sum the negative numbers with the positive numbers, I will get the sum as 78. That's pretty magical. Third sum. Find the sum of 28 terms of an AP whose nth term is 8, 9, minus 5. Well, if this is a ready-made formula given for the nth term, then let's use this formula to find the first 3 terms at least. If Tn is 8n minus 5, then let's find T1, T2 and T3 by substituting n as 1, 2 and 3. So we have an AP. And once we have an AP, it's an ordinary sum. We know the first term, we know the difference, and we know the value of n. So using this formula, you can find the summation, which comes out to be 3108. Do the calculation on your own. Next, the fifth sum. Find the sum of first 51 terms whose AP has second and third terms as 14 and 18. Well, if they've given us the second and the third term, we can find the values of a and d. Because second term is a plus d is equal to 14. You know the formula, a plus n minus 1 into d. Third term will be a plus 2d is equal to 18. This is 14. So by simultaneous equations, I'm getting the value of d. Substitute and get the value of a. Once you have the values of a and d as well as n, you can find the sum, which comes up to be this much. Sixth sum. The sum of the first 7 terms is 49 and the sum of the first 17 terms is 289. Find the sum of the first n terms. So first let's try to find the value of a and d. Sum of 7 terms is 49. Use the usual formula. N's value is 7, so substitute that. We don't know the value of A and D, so we'll get a simultaneous equation. One of the simultaneous equations. Second one we'll get from the next piece of data. We can simplify this further, divide by 2, but I won't do it. I'll tell you why soon. Now, sum of the 17 terms is 289. So again, use the formula. Substitute n as 17. Notice how again I'm getting a 2a out here. So remember, in such sums, we will get 2a. So don't reduce it, because after getting two equations, in order to solve them simultaneously, we will need 2a and 2a to get rid of it. So I subtract them and I get the value of d. I substitute it and get the value of a. And now they want the formula for Sn. Here I substitute the value of a and d. I solve it further, open the brackets. 2 minus 2 cancelled, 2 cancelled. I'm getting the answer is n squared. Next, the 10th sum. In an AP, the first term is 25 and the nth term is minus 17. And the sum of n terms is 132. Find the value of n and the common difference, d. Okay, write the data. First term is 25, okay. And the nth term is minus 17, although I don't know the value of n here. Let's use the formula of nth term. That's a minus n minus 1, d is equal to minus 17. I know the value of a. I don't know the value of n and d. That's okay, keep it as it is. This will be useful because n minus 1 upon d, that is present in some formula. Next piece of data given in the sum is summation of n terms is 132. Use the formula. Here again I don't know the value of n and d. I do know the value of a, substitute that. By the way, this n minus 1 into d value we know here. So from this equation 1, I'm going to substitute this minus 42. So now the only thing missing in this equation is the value of n. So I can solve this further and get the value of n. And then when I substitute it in equation 1, I get the value of d, which is what is asked. Now the 12th sum. Find the sum of all multiples of 7 lying between 300 and 700. Okay. First of all, you'll have to figure out the AP. You can do it by trial and error method or by division method. So if you divide 301 by 7, it will go. So that's a starting point, 3-digit number. And 700 doesn't go. But when you divide 700 by 7, you get some remainder. And after subtracting that remainder from 700, you will get 693. Why can't I include 700 in this AP? Because they have given us a range. They said between 300 and 700. That means we cannot include 300 and 700. So 393 is the biggest number, 3-digit number in the range given. So I know the first term, I know the difference, and I even know the last term, by the way. That is t of n. Use the formula of nth term, where I know the value of a and d. So I can find out the value of n, 57. So I know in this AP, this is the 57th term. Once I know the value of n, a and d, I can easily find the value of sum of n terms. But we have a simpler formula also, this one. Whenever you know the last term of an AP, you can use this simpler formula to get the answer. But if you don't remember it, you can still use the usual formula as well. 13th sum. The sum of n natural numbers is this. Find its 8th term. Now, whenever they give such an equation, an expression, we should substitute n as 1, n as 2, maybe n as 3 and get some values of Sn. So if Sn is given as this, let's substitute n as 1. So that means the sum of the first term comes out to be 9. Now when I say sum of the first term is 9, it means that it is the first term. Remember, S1 is always equal to T1 is always equal to A. It's the first term. Sum of first terms is n, 9 here. Similarly, if I substitute n as 2, then I will get the sum of the first two terms, 28. Now if the sum of the first term, that is the first term itself, is 9 and the sum of the first two terms is 28, can you tell me what is the second term? Won't it be 28 minus 9, which is 19? So that's how I get the second term. S2 minus N1, S1, which is 19. So the first term is 9, second term is 19. So that's how I got my first and second term. So using that, now I can find the value of D. Second term formula is A plus D is equal to 19. A's value we already know, 9. So D difference is 10. It was so obvious, we could have done it directly also. I mean, the first term is 9, the second term is 19. Obviously the difference is 10. And once you know the difference, that is once you know the value of D, and we have A as well, you can find the 8th term. Formula is A plus 7D. So the answer is this.
Hi students, if you found this video useful, press the like button. Also, to enroll for my online lectures or online test series, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more information.